Guys, it's Vera Wylde, and I'm back once again with Dear Vera, where I answer your questions about cross-dressing. And today's question is a pretty quick one. We'll see how long the answer ends up being. Dear Vera, I'm just wondering how often you get dressed up. That was from Anonymous. That at this point, I would say I'm averaging some degree of dressing up every 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it's a little bit more frequent depending on what's going on in my life. Sometimes I can go for a longer stretch without. And also the definition of what actually qualifies as me dressing up has changed a little bit. I did a video a little while back sort of saying how I am sort of exploring my own gender fluidity a little bit more and sort of seeing what it's like to ride that middle line between male and female. Because for a very long time, I kind of operated, I was either all girl mode, as you see now, or all boy mode, which is how, I operate when I'm at work, or sort of most of the time day to day. And I didn't really have a middle setting. It was all or nothing. And I am sort of doing if you follow me on Instagram at all, Vera Wylde, then you'll see I've put up a number of things of what are more gender bending looks, no wig, but with lipstick and makeup and and breast forms, but maybe a more masculine outfit, like a button-up shirt and a vest. So because I've been doing that middle ground stuff a little bit more, I have been doing some degree of dressing more frequently than back when it was always all or nothing. I pretty much would only do all this when I was performing or shooting videos. But now, in terms of that middle ground look, which I don't know if that's something I'll express in video or not, hadn't thought about it. In any case, but now that I'm doing that more often, and that's sort of a look that I'm okay sort of just going out and hanging out, looking like that, I'm getting to do some degree of dressing up more frequently than I used to, which is nice for me. And how frequently anyone does or doesn't dress is going to vary from person to person, and how much is sort of right for you. And it will also depend on how much you have to put on to feel appropriately feminine. So like I said, for me, for a very long time, it had to be everything. And now it doesn't. And I'm having some enjoyment in that middle ground these days. So I guess, 2 to 3 weeks average, that's usually when I'll get dressed up. I still kind of make a point of maximizing my time, especially if I do the whole thing. But yeah, so that's sort of the frequency for me that's working for me right now. In the future, it may be more, it may be less. In the past, it's been more, sometimes it's been less. And that's sort of the thing. There isn't a set definitive for me with all of this. This is a constant evolution. And as I change and as the frequency and the way in which I cross-dress changes over time, that doesn't mean that what I was doing before was somehow wrong or wasn't the real me. It was at the time I was doing it, but I'm growing, I'm changing, and I am allowing myself the freedom to alter the way that I'm doing things in accordance with how I'm feeling. So just because I'm doing it differently now than when I used to doesn't mean that I used to do it too much or I used to not do it enough. It just means that for where I am now, this is kind of meeting my needs. So I hope you guys found that answer helpful. And if you have any questions for me that you want to ask for Dear Vera, you can leave them down in the comments if you like. You can message me directly on YouTube, or you can email me, verawylde@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter. I mentioned Instagram. I'm still on Flickr. Is anybody else? But that'll be it for this one, guys. Also, I have the Patreon page. There'll be a link for that at the end of this video. So please consider checking it out. Consider contributing. Even $1 a month, it helps. So I thank you to those who already do support me. And I hope you guys will think about it and take a look. In any case, thank you so much. Keep those questions coming, guys. And until next time.